Hello, I'm Atrair, and this keyboard is, something. It's the Bondwell B310 KB keyboard module, as taken out of a, I believe, mid to late 80s laptop. Now, there's some interesting things going on here. The key feel is pretty nice. Spacebar and enter are slightly different. You may wonder why. How about we take a look at the PCB? That might explain a few things. And this is only the beginning of why this board is a little out there. Okay, you look down at the standard mounts, and most of these are Cherry MX, obviously. But then you look down at the spacebar. Instead of 2 contacts, you have 3. Same with enter, 3. And you have this weird little bit of square plastic. So what the hell is going on here? The answer is that these are Omron switches, which, frankly, is kind of a good decision for buttons that have significance when they're pressed. Sure, the spacebar is pressed frequently, and the enter is somewhat infrequently pressed, but it takes a much greater amount of force to press them. These are around 55 grams, and these are around 70 to 80 grams. And they're incredibly crisp. These are, well, they're very crisp, and we'll get to that later, but they're cherries. So no matter what, they're not going to be as crisp as Alps clones, as Omrons are, and Omrons themselves are, well, they're pretty awesome. If you happen to find a way to get those working on a modern computer, good luck. And please do that, because they're crispy as all get out. They're like fried chicken covered in fried dough, lit on fire, put in a pan, and then you eat that, and it crunches. Like, oh, that is some wonderful, wonderful stuff. But you might think, okay, so there's 2 different switch types in this board, and ooh, it's mechanical, ooh, that's nice. Why the hell am I watching this video? I mean, look at these keycaps, they're pad printed. I mean, yeah, it's an adult color scheme, but who gives a crap? Well, this is why you give a crap. That is Cherry MX navy blue or dark blue or whatever the hell you want to call it. It is an extremely rare switch. It is only available on a select few Bondwell laptops and, as far as I know, the Chinese DL101 keyboard. As for what makes a navy blue, anything in particular compared to your standard MX blue, well, they are smoother, they are crisper, but they may just be a slightly different coloration of vintage MX blue. But the thing is that vintage MX blue is absolutely delicious compared to modern blues. It's not going to be as sharp or as tactile as an Alps key switch, but it's a bit of the way there. Not as far as an Aristotle hybrid like a Gatistotle or a Zeliostotle, but it's still very nice and gives you some solid feedback compared to your standard Cherry MX Blue. I'm saying this based on experience with a DOS keyboard, I believe version 2 from 2008, which was nice, but it's not this keyboard, not even close. That said, on top of the Omron switches, I mean, who the hell has heard of semi-Alps and MX switches being available on the same board? There are some strange things going on. I mean, look at this. A 1.5, 1.75, 2 unit, 1 key, tiny tab, tiny control, tiny shift. I mean, control's in the right space, but still strange. Alt is 1.25 units. Backslash is over there, and for some reason, so is tilde, and some of these modifications are done in order to fit in a spacebar the size of Montana. It's all very weird. I mean, over to the right, we have a nice little bit of layout reminiscent of modern 75% size boards, but also we have a big-ass enter. Why? Why is this going on? What is wrong with this board? It seems like it must have been a good idea at the time, but the important part is the switches. If you see a board like this, get it. It's not going to work on anything modern. You can find pinout diagrams or something like that, and sure, you can probably get a teensy, and you can probably rewire it through some kind of Arduino bullshit to turn it into something modern and nice. But the point is to buy this and harvest it for its switches. Crispness and good response, and that delicious, delicious sound is the peak of Cherry MX. And Cherry MX is something that, you know, despite the denigration it receives from those who are into IBM keyboards or Alps keyboards, it's something that is widely accepted by the community. And because of that, there's tons of keycaps. I mean, look at this. And that's going to be something someday, but right now, you could just fly the flag of Greece with those keycaps. You can have literally anything you want on a Cherry MX stem. And if you have dark blues or vintage blues, you can type good while feeling good and while looking good. So why not?